To me, the best videos are the ones that I don't give hardly any thought to. I'm out here doing whatever it is I do. Today, it ain't got nothing to do with hogs, which is kind of nice. And I'm working on this tractor. And I was working on it, 3-4 days ago. And my bride always tells me that if you've got a knife in your hand and you're doing something with a knife and you shouldn't be using a knife, you should be using another tool. And about 15 feet away is a toolbox with the appropriate tool at that given point in time. You should put down the knife, go get the tool. Of course, why would anybody listen to their bride? So I kept on doing what I was doing with the knife, and I was actually over here working on the battery. And I guess you know the rest of the story. And man, I took a chunk out of it bad. And that's her business. From the shoulder down is what she does for a living. But I could still move it, so I felt pretty confident I didn't cut anything that mattered. But I was bleeding like a stuck hog. Keep Band-Aids here, and so I dressed it, wrapped it, cleaned it. You know, when we get injured, you need to protect that wound and try to put that back together where it can heal, you know. So today I'm trying to finish what I started several days ago and doing maintenance, which to me is ironic because a lot of what we need to do is maintenance. I come here to the farm to do maintenance. I was on a different tractor earlier today doing maintenance for this, for that. But I got to take care of the internalness. I don't even think that's a word. But I'm changing the oil, I'm changing the air filters, changing the fuel filter, keep this thing running good. And it just got me to thinking about all of that, about maintenance and the importance of maintenance. We talk about it, we write about it, we teach it, educate it. But one of the bigger things that really set with me, and it just hit me like 5 minutes ago, was several months ago, we were having a conversation in the house. And for some of you in TV land, you may wonder about our conversations. And for the most part, I think they're relatively normal. I didn't necessarily have a normal career, and I don't necessarily have a normal job now. But for the most part, I think by most standards, we are a normal family, whatever the hell that means. And the oldest boy brought up the point about a battery. And we always think about a battery, and if you don't understand batteries, it's okay, but there's a negative and there's a positive, okay? And so we always focus on that positive because that's the energy, right? That's the energy that we gotta have. We gotta have that energy to fire this tractor off. If we don't have a good battery, it won't start. But guess what? If the negative is not grounded properly to the tractor, it doesn't work. And the oldest boy was like, you know, think about that. It's not about always the positive. If it doesn't complete the cycle, it doesn't work. So as we're navigating through life, we want everything to be positive, 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 positive. But maybe sometimes we need a little dose of negative to complete that circle. And it also gives us a good perspective. So it's a lot of mechanics for some people. But I thought it was insightful for a 20-year-old boy who hasn't really lived a life full of color. You know, we have not sheltered him. He's been exposed to both the sides of life due to my job, due to life itself. But I didn't throw him into the pit. But he definitely saw the outside of it. And told him that life's not fair. Gave him realistic worldviews. That's just kind of how the world works. So, that being said, it's 5 o'clock. I've got to finish what I'm doing. Try not to cut my finger again. And then I got to go out there and do some mowing around these peanuts. But I'm going to buzz you around real quick. For a lot of folks, I'm soaking. My shirt's wet. The top of my pants is all wet just from sweat pouring down. But it's a beautiful day here in South Georgia. It really is. Sun's been in and out. I got a little breeze. And ain't nobody bothering me here. And I'm just doing maintenance on the girl here. And we got the big girl over there that I'm fixing to jump on and get my hands dirty. So hang on. All right, so as you can see, or maybe not, we're changing the oil, draining the oil down there, getting ready to put on, took the air filters out. So they were a little dirty. We don't really need all that dirt. Not good for her lungs. All tractors are female, if you didn't know that. There's the oil filter. But over here is the battery. That's what I was working on right here the other day when I cut my finger. But that's your positive, right? That's the red. So he goes on down and he goes over here and hooks up to the starter, alternator, everything you need to make this girl run, right? So we're gonna buzz around over here. And there's our negative, okay? So our negative comes down and attaches right here, and that basically is what grounds it. If that comes loose, she ain't gonna work, plain and simple. So, hopefully that gives you a little idea of the negatives and positives of life. And there's our fuel filter, and that keeps the fuel clean, which is what we need. So who am I today? I'm a guy enjoying life. I really do enjoy our hog business. I like being out in the woods. I like helping folks with a problem. Kind of reminds me of my old job. I was in a specialty field and only certain ones of us could do it, or certain ones of us were squirrely enough to do it. But now it's just a different way of helping people, a little bit more solitude. But I am glad that I'm not doing that today, that I'm out here doing maintenance, which tractor time, for anybody that's ever spent time on a tractor, unbelievable therapy. It really is. Just to be on a tractor doing your thing, listening to the engine, no earbuds, puds, and all that other junk, man. I'll wear earplugs to protect my hearing, but just to sit out there, no cab, I don't want to be in a damn bubble. I want to feel the air, smell the air, and feel the heat, and wipe sweat off my brow. That's who I am today. So think about your own maintenance when you're out there doing your thing. Think about what you need to do your maintenance. You know, in the last couple months, man, it's been hard for me to get my maintenance in. We've been wide open, and I need this. Yesterday I did my run. Tomorrow I'll do my run. Getting back on my runs like I was. My Achilles heel, tendon, is finally starting to heal up, so I can run a little bit better now. And take care of yourselves. Do your maintenance, whatever it is. Don't matter what it is. I've talked about it before. My wife will sit down in front of the TV 10 minutes before she goes to bed and have her low sugar, no sugar, I don't know, hot chocolate. That's her thing. That's her maintenance. Tiny bit of maintenance every evening, but that's her thing. Think about these negatives and positives. We focus so much on the positives. This machine won't run if it don't have both, just like the boy said. And if we can't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of others. So that being said, y'all have a great day. Feedback, folks. Would love to get some feedback. We have no clue what we're doing. We're just trying to help. All right? Have a good day.